Live, local, late-breaking, this is a special presentation of KEZI 9 News, looking back at the top 9 stories of 2019.
There's a new baby here, a new baby there, so the fact that one of our babies was taken in this needless way, everyone will definitely band together.
It was a shocking chain of events that left a neighborhood stunned. A car stolen out of a driveway with a toddler inside. And tonight that little boy is safe and a woman is in jail waiting to face trial. That was the 9th biggest story of the year in 2019. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Renee McCullough.
And I'm Matt Templeman. This all started on Langers Lane in West Eugene on August 14th. Police say it ended about 20 minutes later near Spencer Creek Road and Fawn Hills Drive when the woman crashed into a fence and then got out and ran. Now, according to court documents, police say the boy's mother was dropping him off with a family member when Faith Rose stole her car right in front of her. Neighbors say they heard family members screaming and police showed up just minutes later.
As a mom of a 1- and 3-year-old, I'm disgusted and mortified and outraged that this could happen.
According to court documents, after Rhodes crashed the car, she got a ride into town and she told the driver there weren't any passengers in the car, but police say Rhodes likely saw the toddler since there was a backseat mirror. Police also say they found a bag with more than 8 ounces of meth at the crash site. Police arrested Rhodes about a week later after the crash, and she is facing several charges, including kidnapping, theft, and recklessly endangering another person. Her trial is set for February the 26th. Another kidnapping case comes in at number 8 on our list.
This happened in October. It made a mess out of the Beltline and it backed up traffic all over Eugene. It ended with 3 people taken to the hospital, including 2 police officers. Police say that Luke Diepmeyer had a knife when he forced a 19-year-old woman into his SUV in downtown Eugene. They say he led police on a high-speed chase and 2 officers who tried to stop him crashed. They were released from the hospital the same day. Now, they say he also hit 2 other vehicles as he headed to Junction City. Police arrested him in a private driveway, and the woman had a large cut on her leg. He is facing nearly 2 dozen charges, including several domestic violence charges, as well as assault and reckless driving. His trial is set for March. Now to number 7, it's an issue that has affected people all over the state and the country, vaping.
In October, Oregon Governor Kate Brown ordered a 6-month statewide ban on flavored vaping products after 2 deaths in the state. But it was quickly overturned by the Oregon Court of Appeals. In the days before the ban took effect, stores slashed their prices to get rid of product. At the Oregon Vape Society, Eric Pennell says customers were stocking up. He was ready to take a hit, but planned to keep his store open anyway.
Just going to modify our hours. I'm going to go work a second, if not a third job. Do whatever I have to pay rent, pay my bills, and make sure my business is able to stay afloat for the next 6 months.
The CDC says vaping companies have been targeting teens with flavors like apple, strawberry, mint, and cookies and cream. From 2018 to 2019, e-cigarette use for high school students went up from 20% to 27%. And Dr. Patrick Ludke says it could be decades before we know the long-term side effects.
We just don't know 20 years from now what will happen to people who vaped when they were age 18.
The CDC says there have been more than 2,400 vaping-related illnesses in the United States and 52 deaths. In at number 6, a deadly shooting in Eugene that reportedly started over a leaf blower.
Police say that Carlos Angelo shot 3 of his neighbors in November and then turned the gun on himself.
He could get very mean very fast, very stubborn and hard-headed.
Vanya Wheeler is Angelo's ex-wife. She says they were married for about a year, and she's thankful he never hurt her. Neighbors say Angelo was upset that somebody blew leaves onto his property on Anthony Way, and he shot 3 members of the Gonzalez family. They all survived. Angelo then killed himself on his mother's porch. Wheeler says Angelo always carried a gun, and it didn't take much to set him off.
At times I was like, oh my God, what am I got myself into it, you know, and he seemed to be a person that was never sorry, never care about anybody.
Wheeler thinks Angelo may have been suffering from a mental illness. She says he wasn't a people person and didn't have any friends, but his neighbors say he always took care of his mother. Number 5 now, several school scandals, including an alleged hazing incident in a locker room at Cottage Grove High School.
The victim told police he was sexually assaulted with a broomstick in September by members of the football team. School officials say they couldn't share information about possible disciplinary action against the players or the coaching staff, but they told us they were improving supervision in the locker rooms and at athletic events. Two 15-year-olds were cited for harassment, leaving many to wonder why they weren't charged with a more serious crime. The police chief says the decision was made by the Lane County District Attorney, and he agreed with it.
And I'm confident that based on the facts that we were given, that it doesn't rise the level of a sex crime, that the harassment charge is an appropriate charge.
A second teenager also came forward saying he was also assaulted in the locker room.
None of you prove me wrong, Coven. Prove me wrong, Bryce. I'd be pissed if somebody told me I wasn't.
In November, a football coach in Elmira made headlines for that locker room rant. You could hear assistant coach Dusty Birchfield cursing at players after a game. Administrators decided not to renew his contract. Football players told us that a teammate who was upset about not getting enough playing time recorded the video, and several players defended the coach, including one of the kids that he called out.
He was just talking about how we could improve in the game in general, and he was calling me out because he feels like I'm one of the leaders on the football team and that, we need to pick it up and do better.
Students say Birchfield may have deserved to be reprimanded, but they wanted him to keep his job, and some even started a petition asking for him to be reinstated. Administrators said the matter was closed, but they would look at how coaches are trained in the future. Birchfield also lost his position as the wrestling coach.
The third school scandal to make headlines, a blackface photo in Lebanon. The picture was posted to Snapchat in October with 7 students, all in black, including black face paint. Jasmine Bates says when she showed up to volunteer at a haunted barn fundraiser for Lebanon High School, the adult chaperones encouraged her to put on the makeup so she could hide in the dark. She says the girl who took the photo put a racist caption on it and posted it to social media.
Everyone else was just attacking, and there's people who death threats and just lots and lots of insults, and it just really upset me personally because I didn't do anything wrong.
The superintendent said the photo was racist and apologized to students, staff, and community members of color. He also said the students weren't aware of the offensive post and didn't understand the impact of painting their faces black.